Good afternoon. My name is Donna Thiesel, and I'm your host of The Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television channel 182 on Charter Communications and Abundance Television, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. We're going to talk about local farmers markets. Aren't they awesome? I can't think of anywhere else I'd rather shop. I mean, where else can you find the absolute freshest produce? You want to make that salad tonight? Look at the lettuce right there. Look at, oh wow. And don't even forget about tomatoes, okay? Because it's going to be the absolute best, the best for your salads, for whatever you got. If you want a can and you just haven't had a garden, get their beans. Green beans will be an absolute wonderful thing to get. So let's go on ahead, and I want to show you a really quick clip. And this is about farmers markets. We'll be right back in just a second.
Hey, good morning. Y'all want to try something?
This is Dr. Mike Strain, Louisiana Commissioner of Agriculture and Forestry, and today we're headed to a local farmers market. If you want the finest and freshest products, go to your local farmers markets and roadside stands.
Bye, Aaron. I'll see you next week. See you later.
And also the local section of your grocery store. But going to the farmers market, you help grow and enhance that local farm economy. Specialty crops are very important in Louisiana because they're part of the local flavor, part of the local culture, and it's one of the fastest growing segments of our overall agricultural economy. And so when you look at these specialty crops, you can have these niche markets, and we will grow that. And one of the primary ways you do that is by shopping at the farmers market and supporting these specialty crops.
Oh, yes, you probably need these.
If you want fresh and you want local, go to the farmers markets. Those products were harvested this morning. You're not going to get anything better, anything fresher, and it helps build that local economy. Know your food, know your farmer, buy fresh, buy local, and you do that at your farmers markets.
And that's how you shop the farmers market. There's one near you, I promise you. We even have one right here in Geraldine, Alabama, over at the park. So go ahead and support that local farmer. Get the freshest foods ever, and you'll have the best foods. And guess what? They probably are not using anything weird that you can't even pronounce as an ingredient in their foods. Sometimes they'll actually can. I know the one here, they'll have cans of beans and just all kinds of things they've done their own self, and other food products as well, such as local honey. If you're looking for local honey, that's probably going to be your source right there. So 10 reasons to support the farmers market. Let's talk about those great products at the peak of freshness. Okay, now the fruits and vegetables you buy at the farmers markets are the freshest and they're the tastiest available. They're not going to be like in a truck somewhere, picked way before they were ready. You know, that's what happens with the grocery stores in most cases, is they're picked. Listen, bananas. Okay, bananas are picked when they are absolute green, and they're put on a truck. They're there for who knows how long. That's why they're just not the same. Same thing is with tomatoes. I don't even buy tomatoes in the grocery store anymore. First of all, I raise my own. But going to the local farmers market is going to be the best way. Fruits are allowed to ripen fully in the field, and they're brought directly to you. So no long distance shipping, no gassing to simulate the ripening process, no setting for weeks in storage. This food is as real as it gets, fresh from the farm, from your neighbor, the farmer. Number 2, enjoy the season. So the food you buy at the farmer's market is seasonal, so it's fresh and delicious and reflects its truest colors. If tomatoes are in season, you're going to get them. That's going to be the best kind. Shopping and cooking from the farmer's market helps you to reconnect with the cycles of nature in our region. As you look forward to asparagus in spring, savor sweet corn in summer, or baked pumpkins in autumn, you're going to reconnect with the earth, the weather, and the turning of the year. And think about that pumpkin pie, sweet potato pie. Number 3, support family farmers. Family farmers need your support. Now at large, agribusiness dominates food production in the U.S. and some even overseas. So small family farms have a hard time competing in the food marketplace. Buying directly from farmers gives them a better return for their produce and gives them a fighting chance to stay alive in today's globalized economy. I can't imagine buying my fruit and vegetables anywhere but my local farmer's market. Number 4, protect the environment. you tree huggers out there, you really want to protect your environment, go to your local farmer's market. Okay, food in the U.S. travels an average of 1,500 miles to get to your plate. All this shipping uses large amounts of natural resources like fossil fuels. Okay, tree huggers, listen to this. This contributes to pollution and creates trash with extra packaging. And guess what? There's probably some plastic used in there as well. Conventional agriculture also uses many more resources than sustainable agriculture. Pollutes the water, the land, and air with toxic agriculture byproducts. So food at the farmer's market is transported shorter distances, probably just a mile or two down the road, and generally is grown using methods that minimize the impact on the earth. Number 5, this is good. This is the thing about you. Nourish yourself. Much food found in grocery stores is highly processed and grown through pesticides, hormones, antibiotics, and genetic modifications. Some of it has been eradicated, waxed, or gassed in transit. That's what they do. So your tomatoes may look perfect sitting in that little carton. They may look just absolutely perfect. They've been gassed to make sure that they keep this particular look and this particular color. So what you get from the farmer's market may not be perfection, but it's perfection when it gets in your mouth and your tummy. I promise you that. These practices like waxing, gassing, that's what happens to your apples. They gas those and they wax those. So these practices have a negative effect on human health. In contrast, most food found at the farmer's market is minimally processed, and many of our farmers go to great lengths to grow the most nutritious produce possible by using sustainable techniques, picking produce right before the market and growing heirloom varieties. That's where those purple tomatoes come from. Your Romas, a bunch of those. All that stuff's been handed down from seed to seed, from generation to generation. I know it's what we raise here on our farm. These are seeds my granddad had, and my granddad passed away in the year 2000. This is the year 2023. So the seeds I'm using are seeds from seeds from seeds from seeds from seeds, and it just keeps going. And so I'm collecting seeds exactly like he did. Discover the spice of life. Variety. At the farmer's market, you'll find an amazing array of produce that you won't see in your average supermarket, like red carrots, a rainbow of heirloom tomatoes, purple cauliflower, stinging nettles, green garlic. By the way, garlic from the farmer's market, there's just no comparison. Watermelon radishes, quail eggs, mushrooms, and much, much more. It's a wonderful opportunity to savor the biodiversity of our planet, again, by buying locally. And just like they say, buying local honey is good for you, so is buying local produce. That's in the same dirt that you are around, okay? All the same stuff. It's the same air you're breathing, everything. Number 8, know where your food comes from. Everybody's asking that question, right? Everybody is asking, where does my food come from? You know, maybe that's why we have so many diseases we didn't have before. A regular trip to a farmer's market is one of the best ways to connect with where your food comes from. You can meet and talk to your farmers, and it's a great opportunity to learn more about how and where your food is produced. Now, food-wise seller profiles that hang at the booths give you even more opportunities to learn about the people who work hard to bring you the most delicious and nutritious food around. Profiles, articles about sellers, and a map of farms are also available on this particular website right here, foodwise.org. Foodwise.org. Learn cooking tips, recipes, and meal ideas. Oh, they're always glad to share their recipes with you. And if you're going to buy some, like maybe a bushel of peas because you want to put it in your own, you want to can your own, I'm always glad to give you advice, okay? And I would take advice from them than anybody on YouTube. So learning cooking tips. Few grocery store cashiers or produce stockers will give you tips on how to cook the ingredients you buy, but farmers, ranchers, and artisans at the farmers market are often passionate cooks with plenty of free advice about how to cook the foods they're selling you. You can also attend free seasonal cooking demonstrations by leading farmers Sometimes they'll offer evening classes on food preservation and other kitchen skills. You know something else you're doing? Number 10, this is really vital. You're connecting with your community. Absolutely you are. Wouldn't you rather stroll around outdoor stalls of fresh produce on a sunny day than roll your cart around a grocery store with artificial lights and piped in music? It's probably music you don't even like. Coming to the farmer's market makes shopping a pleasure rather than a chore. The farmer's market is a community hub. It's a place to meet up with all of your friends, bring your kids, or just get a taste of small town life in the midst of your wonderful big city. Yeah, and small towns are just absolutely the best way to do it. Let's go into a commercial break, and we're going to be right back in just a few minutes. Hang in there. The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring, but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer.
Yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
The only place I buy my beef is Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama. Their cattle is born and raised on their ranch, grass and grain fed, and you can feel confident when you serve your family and friends because their beef is all natural and no antibiotics or hormones are added. You can buy whole beef or perhaps go in with family or friends and buy half. Their customer service is number one as they take care of the delivery to their local processor and can deliver to your home for a small added fee. They also offer herd replacement heifers. I always call Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama for my beef specialty recipes and cookouts, and you can too. Food shortages are increasing, so buy local by calling 256-523-6462. That's 256-523-6462.
Wow, it's so soft and smooth.
It's cool to the touch. How did you do that?
Well, we took MyPillow's patented fill and combined it with this new technology that we didn't have back then when I invented MyPillow to bring you the best pillow in history, MyPillow 2.0. Because of all of you, MyPillow 2.0 has been a huge success. And now we're bringing you our best-selling Go Anywhere MyPillows with the same temperature regulating technology. Made with my patented adjustable fill and brand new cooling fabric, they're truly the next generation of MyPillow. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save over 60% on our MyPillow 2.0 4-pack special. You'll get 2 MyPillows and 2 Go Anywhere MyPillows. Regular $259.92, now only $99.98. King size just $10 more. This is a limited time offer, so please order now.
Donna's Designs offers a line of handmade memorial, wedding, and keepsake jewelry that launched back in 1970. I'm a self-trained jewelry designer, and I will work closely with you to create unique designs you can love and treasure for years to come. Whether that be flowers that were used in a funeral arrangement or stones you found on the beach at a memorable trip, call me at 256-659-4319, and let's think of the possibilities.
At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community, whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need. Toys at Christmas or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Okay, we're back. My name is Donna, and I am your host of The Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can find us on television channel 182 on Charter Communications and Abundance Television, which is found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. We've been talking about farmers markets. This is the best way to do it. I loved the farmers market we had in Charlotte, North Carolina. It was huge, and farmers from all around particular areas of Charlotte, North Carolina would come in. We would find like diverse products, stuff you couldn't find anywhere else. And there's another big one in Atlanta as well. But if you want to find food made and actually produced, harvested in your own local market, find your farmer's market. So let's talk about a few things that are you may not know about farmers markets. I thought this was pretty cool. This is from foodwise.org. That's foodwise.org. Every day is a celebration of local food, okay? And we all know that. But there is a National Farmers Week, and it's usually the first week in August. It's all more reason for you to love your local area by supporting your favorite market. So there's a farmers market coalition featured market alongside from outstanding markets across the country, and you can find these in places like Atlanta, Birmingham, some of the big cities, Chattanooga just up north above us, and wherever you live in North Carolina. It's going to be in Charlotte, North Carolina, out there close to the airport, and it is huge. I know my friends in Charlotte go out there. Okay, in anticipation of National Farmers Market Week, they're sending us some questions that some of you have asked. And so here are some of the answers. And this is, I've always wondered about this right here, okay? And you're probably all asking this same question. Does certified producer or certified farmers market mean certified organic? Is that what that means? Certified producer does not mean organic. Now, farmers who sell at certified farmers markets are required to post a certified producer certificate from their county's agriculture department. The certificate confirms that all their products are grown, raised, or caught and then sold directly by the producer or their employee or a family member. A certified farmers market is approved by a county agricultural commissioner to sell their products directly to consumers. Certified farmers markets require farmers to display their producer certificate and signage that says, "We grow what we sell." Certified organic means grown within the use or without the use of most synthetic pesticides or fertilizers. Some people, do you know, use sewage sludge or genetically modified organisms. All products sold as organic must be certified by organizations accredited by the USDA. Now in California, such as California Certified Organic Farmers, that's CCOF, and we have something like that in every state, okay? Now, organic meat, eggs, and dairy come from animals fed only organic feed and given no growth hormones or antibiotics. Certification includes extensive record keeping and annual inspection of fields and processing facilities. Okay, did that answer that? Okay, here's a good question. Does pesticide-free or no spray mean organic? Pesticide-free and no sprays are unregulated terms that imply that there are no toxic sprays applied. Unlike the certified organic label, these claims are unregulated and not verified by a third party. Now, since this label can be misleading, some farmers markets actually prohibit your use of that language there. Okay, makes sense. And I'm going to have to, I use nothing. No, everything we use in our garden is organic. Beginning with what we throw away, like when Phil cuts the grass, okay? So he has the grass clippings that come from, he puts this in a great big bag behind the lawnmower, and then he dumps it in a pile. In that particular pile is where I will put like paper that we throw away. It could be boxes. By the way, boxes cannot have wax or anything like that on them. They're not organic. So if you're making your own compost pile, make sure you touch the box on either side, either the front or the back. If it has any kind of a wax coating in it, don't put it in your compost pile. This is where all the banana peelings go. This is where all of anything that we're eating, our vegetables. Now, no meat products, no grease, nothing like that goes into that pile, okay, into our compost pile. So we use compost as a way of fertilizing. So what comes out of the ground goes right back into it again. And that's why we have such healthy food, okay? And also you're less prone to disease. And another step that I've added is where we're using concrete blocks. And a lot of farmers are doing that now too. Gets it off the ground, and it's a pesticide-free way to do it. Okay, so does pesticide-free or no spray mean organic? Pesticide-free and no sprays are unregulated terms. Okay, now, can I use an EBT at the farmer's market? Yes, I think probably every farmer's market does that now. Many farmer's markets, including CUESAs, accept EBT or food stamps during market hours. Now, customers can use their EBT card at the info booth. That is, if your farmer's market is allowed to use these cards. Most of them do now. Use debit and credit cards to receive their payment. Now, EBT shoppers can also double their food dollars up to $10 per market day through a market match program, which also offers free market coins redeemable for fruits and vegetables. Market Match supports local farms and helps make farm fresh, locally grown foods more affordable for low-income shoppers. There was a time people couldn't do that. Now, in 2017, Market Match was offered at 288 sites across the states by 50 community-based organizations and farmer market operators. Now, are farmers markets cash only? No, they used to be, but not anymore. Because when I was living in Charlotte, it was cash basically until right before we moved. And so you would have to go to the bank, make sure you drew out some cash from your bank, and then go take it. And I never knew how much to get, so I'd get a couple $100 just in case I found something really cool to get. And so like honey and things like that. But no, not anymore. Most of the farmers markets take credit cards or debit cards at their stands, and more of them are taking mobile payments such as Apple Pay. You can find a running list, but always ask the seller if they are often upgrading their systems to meet shoppers' needs. In most cases they are, because now what can happen from however they're taking their payments, and I would rather take a debit card and a credit card over a check any day anyway. So what's the best way to find bargains at the farmer's market? Now, if you're looking for the best deal, show up and going up early. Means you'll have first pick of the freshest, best quality produce. You'll have time to shop around to find the best deal for your budget also. Organic produce at the farmer's market is often cheaper than what you'll find at the grocery store. And buying what's in season means that farmers sometimes have special deals on crops. Maybe they got a huge crop of corn in, and they got a lot of it and need to get rid of it. They'll go ahead and start offering some really good deals, particularly if they have a bumper crop that need to move it. Some sellers offer quantity discounts when you buy more. Don't haggle with them though. They're like small family farmers, and they do need to be supported. But now if they say, look, I got this oversupply of corn, if you know anybody who's putting up corn, they're canning it or they're freezing it or whatever, make sure you get the word out. Take advantage of it, okay? Now, this is a question that says, I can buy tomatoes at the grocery store in January. Why can't I buy them on farmer's market in January too? Because we want it to be like fresh. Okay. In California, they say they're blessed with a variety of products every year, but tomatoes are a summer crop, so you won't find them at the farmer's market in the winter. You may get some tomatoes as early as March at some markets, but those are usually grown in hot houses and usually phase out when the field-grown tomatoes return in the summer. And I'm just telling you, there's a huge difference in the taste of these tomatoes. I promise you, a huge difference. There's nothing like a good old Sand Mountain, and everybody all over the country knows about Sand Mountain tomatoes. The fruits and vegetables you buy at the farmer's market are the freshest and tastiest available based on what's available right now in the season. While tomatoes can be found in grocery stores year-round, these winter tomatoes are usually transported from long distances, which means they're grown and harvested with storage times and durability in mind instead of ripeness and flavor. All this shipping uses large amounts of natural resources, especially fossil fuels. It contributes to pollution and creates trash and extra packaging. Now, foods at the farmer's market is transported shorter distances, and it's generally grown using methods that minimize the impact on the earth. So fruits are allowed to ripen fully in the field and are brought directly to you. No long-distance shipping, no gassing to stimulate the ripening process, no setting in for weeks in storage. So, how do you tell if a particular produce item, such as a peach or an avocado, is ripe? So, most produce you find at the farmer's market is picked at peak ripeness for maximum flavor. The longer it sits on the vine, the fresher it's going to taste. And the juicier it's going to be, by the way. Peaches and other stone, for example, are tree ripened, which means they're ripe and juicy, not hard and mealy. And they're ready to eat within a few days of harvest. And they're ready to can, by the way. So it's important to pick peaches at the peak of ripeness, says this particular farmer. A peach will get juicier and softer as it ripens on a kitchen counter, but it will have only the amount of sugar it started with when it was picked. So what changes is the chemistry. The acid content decreases, the fruit ripens, so the fruit tastes sweeter. That's not what you have. That's what you have them for, right? For sweeter taste. And for avocados, he says, I'll always tell people that there are no shortcuts. You have to feel for softness around most of the avocado in order to confirm that the avocado is ripening evenly. Some people say that you can just wiggle the stem, but that would only indicate ripening on the avocado portion. Now, what's the best way to store fresh produce from the farmer's market? Okay, market goers often wonder about how to store fresh farmers market produce, especially berries and other summer fruit. So what goes in the fridge? What's best to keep on the counter? This is it. How do you store fresh herbs so they won't wilt? Okay, if you've got more questions, you can go to these tips right here. Here's a handy list, and it's at FoodWise, 12 tips for reducing food waste. And we're going to talk about that in another. As a matter of fact, let's just let the next show be about that. I think that'd be pretty cool. Okay, thank you so much for watching The Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, and Abundance Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Thank you again so much for watching.